We are live.
Welcome,
live.
everyone, to the almost live VAU mic check. Sorry, I had to include it. Today, we are going to challenge everything you know about English language pronunciation. There's a little poem that, I don't know if it has a name, actually. I've just always called it the English pronunciation poem, that is very long, but it is a gauntlet of English pronunciation and proper speaking, of grammar tricks and various rhyming words that on paper don't look like they rhyme, but oh, they do. Again, this poem, when read aloud all the way through, will test every single thing you know about the English language, with words like terpsichore and, the difference between scholar, vicar, and cigar, even though they're all written with the rhyming, with the end of the word supposed to sounding like they rhyme, they actually don't. It's fun. So today we're going to take on the first two sections, and that's it. This is more anecdotal than anything else, but above the poem itself, it said, after trying the verses, a Frenchman said he prefers 6 months of hard labor to reading 6 lines aloud. So tell me, do you think you know English? This will test you to your limits. Do we have a volunteer to go first?
Oh, I'll just go ahead and try.
All right, Alyssa. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye, your dress will tear. So shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd. Dies and diet, lord and word. Sword and sword, retain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague, but be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak, cloven, oven, how and low, script, receipt, show, poem, and toe.
Wow, that was flawless.
Really?
Yeah.
Yay!
Somebody's been reading the dictionary.
Hey, you spend a minute studying a couple words, you learn a thing or two. But yeah, that's just a taste. Believe me, that is just a taste.
That is a good mind and mouth workout.
Now, we were talking about this a little bit before the mic check, but the reason I bring this up is because more often, or it's very likely in your VO career, you're going to be met with a challenge, with a pronunciation challenge that seems incredibly complicated, very, very complex, or just seemingly difficult. And it ends up that all it is how do I accurately describe this? When you see these kinds of things as a huge challenge, it's because you're looking at the whole thing as one big chunk. When you can easily break these down word by word or section by section, depending on if it's a single word or phrase that's very difficult for you, and realize that it's just a lot of small things coming together. Like, let's see. Again, in that poem, they like throwing a lot of chained words together. So that last part, script, receipt, show, poem, and toe, that's a taste of things to come. The next section begins like this. Hear me say, devoid of trickery, daughter, laughter, and terpsichore, typhoid, measles, topsails, isles, exiles, smiles, and reviles, scholar, vicar, and cigar, solar, mica, war, and far, one, anemone, balmoral, kitchen, lichen, laundry, laurel, Gertrude, German, wind and mind, scene, melpomene, mankind. So, sounds all complicated. When you read it, it looks all complicated, but really it's just a bunch of individual words.
Yeah, you just have to kind of work through it bit by bit.
Yeah. Maybe next time we'll surprise people on the mic check by giving them that Welsh city name.
Yeah.
That will be the script. It'll just be that.
Just that. That's a challenge enough.
See how you handle that kind of challenge.
Oh, man.
Yeah, if you can do that in character, I will be highly impressed. Well, Nathan, would you like to go next?
Yes.
Okay, whenever you're ready, go for it.
Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse. Sounds like core, corpse, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye your dress will tear. So shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, herd, dyes and diet, lord and word, sword and sward. Retain in Britain, mind the latter how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with words as such words as plaque and ague. But be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven, oven, how and low, script, receipt, show, poem, and toe.
That seemed to trip you up a bit there.
No, my only stumbling block was I skipped a word.
Well, you want to go ahead and try it again? Just button it all together?
Yeah. And some interesting reason, creature has two E's.
Yeah, that's for some reason my keyboard. I have a wireless keyboard, and I recently replaced the batteries so they're completely fresh, but for some reason my connection is not stable.
Ah. Is it Bluetooth?
Yeah, it's Bluetooth. It should be fine, but I mean it's never done this before until recently.
Yeah. I've been going through this with my Wi-Fi stuff, so, sometimes deleting it and refreshing it may help. Anyway, back to voiceover. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like core, corpse, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye, your dress will tear. So shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, herd, dyes and diet, lord, word, sword, and sward. Retain in Britain, mind the letter, how it's written. Now surely I will surely not plague you with words such as plaque and ague. But be careful how you speak. Say break, stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven, oven, how and low, script, receipt, show, poem, and toe.
All right. That felt like it was a little easier for you. Going through it second time, was it?
Oh, gosh, yes.
All right, keep going. Do the whole thing. I'm just kidding. We're not going to put you through that. Although, a funny little story, and I know my wife is going to kill me for saying this, but I don't care because she's not here. We have had this sort of little ongoing feud about the name, the proper name, Stephen. whether if it's spelled with a PH, if it's still pronounced like a V, Stephen, if it's still pronounced Stephen. Well, I mean, I know that it is, but she feels that it's supposed to that's the pronunciation, or that's the spelling for Stefan. Well, it uses that particular spelling in rhyming context in this poem.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
It does. It's a much later on, but it does use that exact spelling and pronunciation of Stephen as as an item in this poem for your English pronunciation. Well, let me tell you, that was probably the biggest revelation for my wife. As soon as she, because her being married to a voice actor, she sometimes likes to take things on, take on pronunciation challenges and stuff like that I bring up for myself. But as soon as she hit that point, it was like her whole world shattered. That was the only way I could describe it. She screamed out the name because she read it in context, and it was just, oh my gosh. It was funny.
Well, I know a guy who spelt it that way, PH,
and
he pronounced it Stephen.
Yeah, well,
that was his name.
So Stephen is Stephen. Stefan is Stephan, generally.
I think he spelt it with an E, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, everybody does their own thing, I guess.
Well, you think about how many cultures we go across with these names.
Mm-hmm.
You get over into Europe, and it's just like, it's Stefan, my friend, Stefan.
I just found it funny that, again, I'm glad she's not here, so I can go ahead and say this. But if she decides to watch this YouTube video,
you're in trouble.
Definitively gonna kill me. But yeah, it was like this whole world-altering thing when she came up to it, and the context and the way that this poem is written, it leads you to read it as Stephen, because the whole thing is trying to throw you off. The whole thing is trying to make you is full of words that look like they are supposed to be pronounced one way, and simply aren't.
Now there is one little thing that I caught in here. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to see if anybody else catches this. But there are clue words that give you hints to the pronunciation of the words that come before, since this is written in poetic form.
Yeah, it's actually really nice that it does that for you. That's one of the things that'll help you go through the whole thing.
And of course, that's the thing for us as voice actors, is looking for those clue words that help us to understand the context of what we're reading. To make it better fit with how we're supposed to be speaking it. So this, excellent choice, Michael.
I thought it'd be interesting.
Because it offers another little bit of teaching in there, is look for the clues as you're reading through it, and it will help you figure out what you're doing.
Well, so now, with that out there...
Did you notice that post I think it was on Facebook, I found through LinkedIn, on supposedly the hardest poem?
Yeah, this is it.
No, this isn't it. This is a different one.
Oh, this is a different one?
This is longer, and it was a lot. It was tougher.
Oh, well then, if you can find that post, please share it with us.
See if I can find a link for it.
Please. So fun and exciting news. I'm going to be finally getting a whisper room, and when I do, I think the first thing that I'm going to do is take on that poem.
Awesome.
If you can find it for me, I will do a recording of that poem.
Cool.
Take it on. We might share it on the Mic Check on the Mic Check's Facebook page as a SoundCloud link.
That can work good.
Alrighty then. So, who would like to go next?
I don't think it's that difficult.
I'm looking for that link if I can find it. Otherwise, I'll go. Let me see if I can find that link first.
Well, JD, then you want to go ahead and go up next?
Yeah.
All right.
Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear an eye, your dress will tear. So shall I, oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and hair. Dies and died, Lord and word. Sword and sword, retain in Britain. Mind the latter how it's written. Now surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague, but be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven oven, how and low. Script receipt, show, poem, and toe.
All right. So now we got through the words. Let's go ahead and make it actually, let's make it sound informational.
No.
Okay, or don't. You know, that's fine. It's not like it's the mic.
So it's supposed to be poetic, right? In the read.
It seems so. The way that it seems is it's supposed to be informative in a poetic sense.
Okay.
So it's almost like a teacher trying to guide a student through these words.
But the only real appreciation that you could get from it is if you're reading it while somebody else is saying it.
I know. We'll probably include the link to this in the description of the mic check so that people can go ahead and follow along with it. But yeah, it's definitely more fun to look at and read for yourself. But you know, there's only so much we can do about that.
All right, so let me do it again, because if I slow down, it might get even a little bit better. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear an eye, your dress will tear. So shall I, oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd. Diets and diet, Lord and word. Sword and sword, retain in Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Now I surely will not play you with such words as plaque and ague, but be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven oven, how and low. Script receipt, show, poem, and toe.
There you go. I really like that read. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, that was really good.
It flowed.
Well, there you go. Congratulations, you've done it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, you just gotta put the rhymes in place so when you read it, you know where to stop and where to start, and that's the key to it.
Yeah. Although, if you really want a challenge, I've got something for you.
No. All right, what do you got?
Well, here's I just posted the link for the whole thing. But this challenge here is the name of the longest Welsh city in the world.
Didn't we do this before?
I know I've mentioned it before. But there you go. In case you want a refresher.
Yeah, that's. I don't feel like doing that right now. That's. And when you put the thing, you got to put the link to this too, so everybody will see why I'm saying I don't feel like doing that much thinking. Because it's gonna be like, oh, he's just being lazy. No.
No, there is a lot there. There really is a lot there.
I'm gonna title this on YouTube "The Pronunciation Challenge."
Perfect.
So it's like the for people that are not going to look it up, it's like the extended remix version of what we just read.
Yeah, it's quite long and it's quite involved.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about that very long Welsh name is it's basically how Southern people give directions. Which stands to reason that most of the South was settled by Scots and Welsh.
Yeah, that's pretty intense if you feel like really getting into it. But when you read there's a book that's on voiceover, and it tells you to do exercises that are directly and closely related to this kind of stuff.
Oh, yes.
You can get your mouth going in the direction that it's supposed to be when you're reading, like warm-ups.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the more you take on stuff like that, the easier it all becomes. Like, the easier everything else becomes.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about poetry. I think that's one of the things that when I was young, that was one of the things we had to do. So kind of reading it and putting it where it's supposed to be is not the tough part. Yeah. It's just reading and keeping up with your words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even poetry, I find it funny that everybody seems to pigeonhole themselves into the exact same kind of read whenever I hear people read poetry. When, poetry itself also has its own sort of story. And it's very interesting to hear people completely miss that when they're reading poetry. I mean, yeah. when you hear the people who actually wrote the poem read it themselves, you sort of get it. But poetry itself sort of has this almost sing-songy feel to it that people like to throw in, but that doesn't always fit.
Well, poetry definitely has, depending on what kind of poem it is, its own built-in rhythm.
Yeah, and that's true. But also, it more importantly, I would say it has the story that it's trying to tell as well behind it.
Right. And it's basically a story with a musical quality to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I'm saying is that most people miss the story and focus on the musicality.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Which is unfortunate, but, it is what it is.
Anyway, and not everybody here in this room.
Just not all of it.
What was that?
I see that poem is the same one that I found in Facebook. Just not all. It was just the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a condensed version.
Yeah. Yeah, that one is a killer. But it's very good practice.
Yeah, I'm keeping it bookmarked for practice sessions. And warm-up. Oh, my God, yes.
Warm-up, yeah.
This will get you going. You can get over this. You can get over anything. Doesn't matter what you have to pronounce. Stephen. Sorry, my wife just came in, stared angrily at the screen, and said, Stephen.
Why do I keep picturing that ugly dog meme that's been going around? Stephen.
Oh yeah, with the Stephen. Anyway, I'll go ahead and go next if nobody else has any. Nobody's opposed to that.
Oh, not at all. Go ahead.
Okay. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, whore, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear and eye your dress will tear, so shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd, dyes and diet, lord and word. Sword and sward, retain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Now surely I will not plague you with words such as plaque and ague. But be careful how you speak. say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven oven, how and low, script, receipt, show, poem, and toe.
Did you mean to say whore?
Wait, what did I miss?
I said, did you? When you got divorced, you said whore.
Did
You
I?
got snagged on a word there.
Okay, well, that was a massive mess up on my part.
Your horse tripped up.
Oh, my internet cut out.
That's a good excuse.
Oh,
I can try it again. Hopefully, I won't say whore.
Shirley I instead of I Shirley.
Okay, I surely. Well, let me go ahead and try it again. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear and eye your dress will tear. So shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd. Dies and diet, lord and word. Sword and sward, retain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague. But be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven oven, how and low. Script, receipt, show, poem, and toe.
Very good there, sir.
Yeah, so horse came through the whole thing this time?
yes.
That was a horse.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
full horse. I got the whole horse in there.
The whole horse made it through the gate.
Okay, good. The whole horse came through. Perfect.
It's like, what poem is he reading?
Yeah. I've got the updated version we sent it this morning. What, you didn't get it? Oh, man. How often does that ever happen to you guys in a reading, perchance?
Not during a session.
Oh,
Thank God, not during a session.
that happened to me in the middle. That's happened to me multiple times in the middle of sessions where it's like, oh, yeah, you skipped a part. Where? Oh, right here after blah, blah, blah. That's not what my screen says. Oh, do you have, what version of the script do you have? Because we sent a new one this morning. And it's like, oh my gosh. So we have to stop the session, go back, reread stuff. It's just a disaster.
Thankfully, I have had no trouble at all with getting revisions, which, well, I take that back. I had a little bit of trouble, but that was Dropbox's fault.
Thanks, Dropbox.
But thanks to other means, I was able to get the revisions without any trouble. Yeah, I'm looking through. It's like, yes, this is really a revised script. They made sure and titled it as such, so I was good.
All right. Well, it's I mean, again, you're lucky because it's happened to me multiple times right in the middle of reading. Like, oh, well, yes, we have a new version for you.
Well, one of the spots I got for the TV station, I had the copy was on paper, and I did the revisions myself. So
Oh, fun.
that made it a little easier.
That's even better when you yourself have to write in parts of the script.
A lot of these things I've got a lot of creative license on for some reason. It's just been easy. I'm not going to brag too much, though, because it'll hit me. It will.
Oh, it comes for everyone.
Yes.
But anyway, who would like to go next? I believe the only people who have not gone are Takia and Jim.
Yeah, I haven't gone. I'll go.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Wet my mouth here. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, cores, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Herein I your dress will tear, so shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd, dies and diet, lord and word, sword and sward, retain and Britain, mind the latter, how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague. But be careful how you speak, say break and stake, but bleak and streak, cloven, oven, how and low, script, receipt, show, poem, and toe.
Good job.
Great job.
I love the silence. Sorry.
You get that silence, you went, oh.
No, that was good for how fast you were going.
There's only one word that I would say that was mispronounced. Is in the fourth line. Sound when it starts with sounds like corpse and core. You said you also pronounced the second word as corpse.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pronounced the S on it.
Oh, I had to make a mistake somewhere.
Yeah. But that was the only one. It was the only one.
Every time I see core, I picture a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
It just, first thing that pops into my head is a Marine standing there. And I worked with a guy that had been in the Marines, and he constantly, continuously talked about the Corps every day. So, for months on end, I'm hearing about the Corps. So, that's why it's just like I picture a Marine, and I get it.
For the last week or so, I've been trying to do workouts, and part of it is tongue twisters and that, so I probably why I did this a little better.
Ah, man's got a leg up on us.
I've been trying to do some workouts prior, to get the enunciation and everything up, the articulation and everything. So I've been practicing a little bit with them. Not just one. I've done this one, but others as well.
Well, this is definitely a good one to add to the repertoire.
Yes, it is.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Well, in the spirit of the mic check, why don't you go ahead and give us another take?
All right. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye, your dress will tear. So shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd. Dies and diet, lord and word. Sword and sward, retain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and ague. But be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cloven, oven, how and low. Script, receipt, show, poem, and toe.
All right, sounds good to me. I don't know. Did anybody catch anything that I may have missed?
I didn't catch anything.
No, that was nicely done.
Absolutely beautiful.
And once you get through this, then you can do the rest of it.
Yeah, I know, really. Like you get through the opening, and then the rest, you sort of learn the pattern that it teaches you, how it's trying to show you how to, how to parse pronunciations from context. So even if you have like some issue, you can usually find the proper pronunciation for it, or at least clues to it, in the poem itself.
Yeah, like daughter, laughter, and trips ashore. A chore. I'm going through that one. That's part of it.
Oh, man. Well, Takia, would you like to try it?
Sure. Sure, I'll try it.
Okay, whenever you're ready, go for it.
Okay. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sounds like corpse, core, horse, and worse. I will keep you, Susie, busy. Make your head with heat grow tizzy. Tear in eye, your dress will tear. So shall I. Oh, hear my prayer. Just compare heart, beard, and herd, dies and diet, lord, and word. Sword and sword retain and Britain, mind the latter how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plague and ague, but be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but break and strake. Cloven, oven, how and low, script with receipt, show, poem, and toe.
That was really, really well done.
Yeah,
Very well
It
done.
really was.
other side of that.
Thanks.
If you have a chance on your own time, you should definitely try the poem out. I will really, really test your pronunciation skills. But if you could get through that, you could definitely get through the whole thing.
Yeah.
So good job on it. Congrats.
Thanks.
Very
No
good.
problem.
Thank you.
All right. I believe that's everyone.
That is everyone.
Well, congratulations, everyone. You survived.
This is a script for Lonnie to say. I don't know. I think she'll do it a lot, if not a lot better, but she'd do it very, very well because, well, she's an English major and I think she'd love this script or hate it.
I'd like to send this one to my daughter.
Well, you should definitely send it to people. Just, give them an opportunity to try it.
Will do.
All right. Well, as usual, that is the end of the recorded section of the mic check. Thank you very much, everybody. Congratulations for surviving the poetry challenge or the pronunciation challenge, whatever the case may be. But definitely keep this link for yourselves on your free time. If you have an opportunity, if you need something to warm you up, get you going, this is a great, great, great thing to start with. So just have fun.
Yes, absolutely. And we will be throwing the Welsh word, the name of that town, onto the YouTube channel.
Yes. Good luck with it.
Leave
fine. How about
comments
this?
below on how you handled it.
Yes. Don't look it up. Don't cheat. Because we will go over it on the next mic check.
Yes, we will.
All right, everybody. Have a good day, and we'll see you later.
See ya.
Later, guys.
Bye.